Happy Halloween to everybody out there. Guys, this is the Liverpool debate show. We're going to talk about a lot of things about Liverpool Football Club today, and I've got special guests joining me as well. So grab your drinks, grab your popcorn. Let's do this. Yes, guys, evening, afternoon, good morning, wherever you are. Hope you're all doing well, guys. This is the Liverpool show and the Liverpool debate. Guys, we've got loads to talk about, and I can't do this on my own, so I've got some special guests to join me. First, we've got Ram. Ram, how you doing, man?
Oh, man, I'm good, man. I'm good. Enjoying what's left of Halloween. I'm looking forward to chopping up the main debates of today, man. So I'm happy to be here.
Man, glad you be here too, man. Good. K-Mac, how you doing, fella?
I'm great. I'm all refreshed. I've had a couple of days off. Went on holiday to Edinburgh. Ready and raring to go.
There you go. Julian Lennon, he's back in the house. And Fama, debut on the channel. How you doing, my friend?
I'm good. Thank you so much for having me, man. Halloween will start here in the next few hours. So looking forward to that.
Are you in? Is it Canada you're in?
Yeah. I'm in Canada.
So he's he can do this and still have Halloween. When we do this, we go to bed. So not too bad. So guys, big up to everyone in the chat. Any mods in the chat right now? Could you please put everyone's Twitter handles, YouTube handles, and all that stuff in the live chat? I'd appreciate it so people can go and follow them and subscribe to everyone on the panel. Thank you very much, mods. And also, guys, don't forget to go and smash the like button, subscribe. We are 50 subscribers away now from 5,000. So, yeah, keep in that subscribe button, that like button, that share button. I'd appreciate it. Big up to everyone on in the chat as well. Captain Sour C, Frank in the house, Honesty Zane, Kay, Aaron, Redbird, Daz. Who else is it? Big up to all you guys in the chat already. Much appreciate you all being here. I know it's Halloween, but look. If you're in your 40s and you dress up for Halloween, you've got issues. That's all I'm going to say. So,
well, I did go to Frankenstein's bar, so I mean, don't know whether that counts.
That's all right. You just went to Julian Lennon, so you're all right. You're all right, man. You're all right. Even Frank's on it. There you go. Frank Carlisle, give us a song, Julian, mate. There you go. Big up to Frank Carlisle in the chat as well. Go and make sure you subscribe to everyone's channels, guys. Also, go and subscribe to Frank's in the chat as well. He's got a great little channel, Frank Carlisle channel. Go and check it out as well. Liverpool historian as well. So if you need to know anything about the city of Liverpool and its wide history, go and check Frank out. He's quite a popular guy, you know. Go and check him out as well. So, guys, first subject of the day we're going to bring up, it might be one that people might not like to talk about, but last season, Mr. Pep Lijnders came in for a lot of criticism. I don't know why. We went after the coach instead of the manager, but that's the way we work. But yeah, Pep Lijnders came under a lot of criticism last year for the change of football, the style of football we're playing. A lot of people wanted Bovac back in that heavy metal, not win anything kind of football. But we have been learning so far this season, guys, that, you know, stories are coming out that the way we play right now is all down to Pep Lijnders and, you know, his style of play. And, you know, him telling Klopp, you can not pay me for a year if it doesn't work. Really ain't got anything to do with Jurgen because he's not the money man. But, you know, he has brass balls to do that at the end of the day. That's how much he believes in himself. So, Ram, I'll start with you, my man. Let's talk about it. Do we owe a little bit of an apology to Pep Lijnders, or are you just waiting at the moment in time?
I think some of the criticism from last season was not warranted at all. If someone has a problem with the assistant manager, especially a fan base, then I'm looking at the fans very funny. I had a lot of criticism for everyone, and certain people need to realize that if an assistant manager is having more power than the actual manager, it's the manager's fault. The manager is the captain of the ship. They lead everyone as an example, whether it be the coaching staff, the players, everything. They're meant to be the beacon or the main man, the icon of the football club. And people going after Pep Lijnders for having a little bit more control. Well, no. Why is he getting this much control? How is he be allowed to have this much control? Comes to the manager. The only problem I had with Pep Lijnders was the book. I'm always a big advocate for people wanting to tell their stories, but given the fact that he wants to be here for quite a bit of time, I'd rather just let it simmer for a bit, let everything happen, and then once your time with the club has passed, then document everything that you said. And that was probably my main issue. I mean, people said that the book had nothing to do with anything, the tactics wise, or look, I'd rather not tell everyone, but let everyone see all the stuff that's going behind the scenes, even if it's the most minuscule stuff, whether it be player conversations, whether it be roles within the team. I just want everything to be behind closed doors when it comes to tactics, conversations between the players, and also interactions and sort of responsibilities within the club. That's just me. That's where I had the issue. Other than that, nah, I don't think. I think all the criticism that he got was unwarranted. I can see Jamie happily that little book that he made, Intensity. But yeah, that was my main issue.
My coach.
Yeah, but I think everyone, when it comes to criticism of him as a coach, you know, look, there's a debate going on around about Bovac and Lijnders. Look, obviously Bovac's been with Klopp for so long, had much success with Dortmund, had a little bit of success before he left in the back end of the 2017-18 season, and there's always going to be debate around that. But look, people are just trying to push the blame on other people just to suit their agenda, in my opinion. I love Klopp. I love what he's done for the club, but he's not refrained from criticism. And people going after the coach instead of him have a big issue with it, in my opinion. So that's my real thoughts on Pep Lijnders.
I mean, that's fair enough. K-Mac, I know you had, last season we spoke about a lot of things and you had a lot of issues with the manager as well. But, you know, I think we can what we will all say here, like, we all think Klopp's the right man. No one here thinks Klopp ain't the right man. But I think Pep Lijnders took a lot of everything last season, took most of the damage of last season, and, you know, everything went on his shoulders. You know, I even think the owners got away with a lot more last season. It all went on Pep a little bit. You know, everyone attacked Pep Lijnders, but as he said, he thought this system would work for Liverpool because we have a player like Trent Alexander-Arnold in this team that would get, and it would work. You know, and he's got brass balls on him to say, don't pay me if it don't work. So he believes in it. Klopp obviously believes in it. So do you think we owe him an apology? Or some of the fan base anyway?
Okay, so just a little bit of context about Lijnders as well. We got Lijnders from Porto, and he was an under-18 manager at Porto. He came in as an under-16. in the under-16s, we had Trent Alexander-Arnold working under him. So if anyone's going to know Trent Alexander-Arnold and what he's capable of, it was Pep Lijnders, because he was the under-16s manager at the time. Coach at the time. So him to say that we should play the inverted and use Trent, that's through his experience of seeing Trent in action. And when Trent was in action in the under-16s, he was a midfielder, and everybody knows that. It's when he came in to replace Nathaniel Klein because he was injured, we used him as a right back, and the rest is history. Now, Pep Lijnders does deserve quite a lot of criticism, because if you're a guy who is just an assistant manager, and he's not even our only assistant manager, by the way, he shares the role with another guy, and you never hear about him, he's become a bit of a celebrity. He's also become a bit of a scapegoat because he's put himself in that position because he loves the sound of his own voice, okay? And he loves to talk about things that he's got some input in. And he's the one who created this idea. And he's the one that made this tactic. And he's the one that he's always spouting off about what he's done. And unfortunately, nobody's going to criticize the manager. Our fans are so biased against our own team. It's unbelievable. Even when the manager's to blame for so much that happened last year, they won't blame him. They'll blame someone else. So they blame the owners and they blame Pep Lijnders. But we also have to remember, Pep Lijnders was the guy that walked away from Liverpool to go and manage NEC. And he only managed them for 22 games. And he would have probably still been there if they'd have won the playoffs. But they got beat by Emmen 4-0 and then they won 4-1. So they got beat 5-4 in aggregate and he didn't go up. So if he'd have gone up into the I can't even pronounce it. Eredivisie, I think it is, the first league.
Eredivisie.
He might still be there. We mightn't even have Pep Lijnders at Liverpool. You know what I mean? So that's kind of how it works. And when Ajax came along and they were looking at him, he would have jumped ship again. He would have jumped ship. Okay, so for us to sit there and think that this guy's going to go down and he's going to take all the arrows for us, he ain't. He will jump ship. And he's already come out and said as well that Man United were looking at him. Like, shut up, Pep. Just do your job. You're an assistant manager. Like, and you're not the only one. So just do your job. I mean, I'm not giving any credit to him. I'm sorry. He trains the players and he's pretty good at that. But we've also got another assistant manager that's good at that as well.
No, I wouldn't go as far as that. I think I'm more of the belief, and I think Liverpool have instilled it in their club that either you win a team as and you lose as a team. Every single person has to play their role. If we are going to be successful with this Liverpool team, we've got to all, even the fan base has got to go and do everything, whether it be the support, whether it be the support and stuff. Everyone's got a role.
I get that, and I listen to him in press conferences talking like that. But he's the one that left Liverpool, and he's the one that was going to leave Liverpool again if Ajax wanted him. He's the one that will leave Liverpool. Trust me. Like, he's not going to be our next manager.
That's any assistant manager. I think that's anybody. If anyone had an offer, say even if what's his name, the under-23 coach, Neil Critchley had an offer, and he was like, "Look, I respect what Liverpool done for me. I know what I've done with the youth team, but this is a chance for me to go and manage a first team, make a name for myself." I think any manager or assistant manager or even a coach would have that sort of opinion. If there's an opportunity, you got to take it. You know.
Yeah.
I think people need to. I think a lot of people within the fan base has to have a sense of sentimentality. There has to be what's it called? They have to take it with a pinch of salt. You know, not everyone's gonna be here. Only if you're like a generation. I would like to think of this as a generational and a hardcore Liverpool fan, and you love the city and you love the club, you'll probably stay here for the rest of your career. That's what I think the club would do, and what we are looking for in the players that we want to keep. That's the way I see it. So I think a lot of the people that are dying on the hill of Pep Lijnders is great, he's world class, and all that kind of stuff, they come and go. Everyone come and go. Steve McLaren left when he won the treble. with Sir Alex. Then they got Carlos Queiroz. Now he's managing he's doing his own thing. People come and go, and that's the simple fact of the matter.
Let me get the famous take on this, because as Josh says here as well. Big up to Josh in the chat as well. Since we switched to the box midfield, we've really only lost one league game. So, what's your take on it all, my friend?
Okay, so first of all, last season it was an open season. It was the wild, wild west for all kinds and types of fans, to attack anyone and everyone, right?
It was.
Yeah, and everybody was trying to find their scapegoat. One of the scapegoats, I guess, or was famous to be a scapegoat last season, was Pep. And to be honest, I don't get it. I didn't understand it. Pep is just one piece of a big system, of a big club that's called Liverpool. It's a huge club. It's one of the biggest club out there in the world. Pep is just one piece of that system. So we cannot just blame everything that went wrong for us last season on Pep. That's one. That's in my opinion. Second is, I do like the guy. I don't mind him. I've seen a few press conferences for him. I think one time when club got a ban or a red card, and he was coaching, he was the coach or he was the manager for that game. I can't remember. I think it was a cup game for some reason. It was last season. So I didn't mind the guy, to be honest. Like, he handled himself properly. He did mention that he will never be an assistant manager to anyone other than club. So I really respect that in him. I don't think that we should take that against him if he has ambitious. If he's ambitious, like he's a professional assistant manager or a professional football expert. And at the end of the day, to what Ram was saying, people come and go. If people don't come and go, then we might be watching Ann Rush, in the field, still playing for us. But people come and go. Players, coaches, managers, and whatnot. But for me as a fan from the sideline, what I like to see from the players that we have, from these professional players, these professional managers, assistant coaches, or managers, I like to see the passion that they are putting their heart out there in what they're doing, and they're taking pride in that, right? So some players, when they left, for me personally, I was like, you know what? They didn't put their heart out there. I didn't see that. So I don't care. We move on. Everybody come and go, but Liverpool stays as a club. So I wouldn't take Pep, looking out for himself, for his professional career, to find a job for himself as a manager, right? So I'm not going to take that against him. We, outside of YouTube, we all are probably, like most of us, have jobs and have ambitions and whatnot, and look at it as a job. Some of us enjoy what we're doing, right? And some of us don't. So if you enjoy what you're doing, you're going to have ambitions and growing in that career that you have. The fan base that was attacking Pep, they should apologize. And the reason why is, you can't just blame everything on Pep. Yes, he does a lot of the tactics, he builds a lot of the system, but at the end of the day, when the match is going, when it's alive, it's Klopp on the sideline who is pointing to the players. You go here, you cover, you come back, you go, right? So he is the manager. The final word is for Klopp. It's not Pep.
Yeah.
Pep is a big piece in the sideline, but he's not everything, and he's not the final say.
No, man, I agree. Look, I agree with everyone's comments so far. I mean, got people in the chat as well. Big up my man Victor in the chat as well. Much love to you, my man. Always putting in great comments. And Victor puts this one in, saying about Buvac is a world-class coach that built Liverpool, but Pep Lijnders isn't world-class, Ram. We know a lot of Liverpool fans have got a big love for Buvac. And the way we played, because it was more exciting under Buvac, I get it. But would a Buvac's way of playing been successful long term? That's a question to you, Ram. Or did he not get the chance because we didn't get the players in until really Buvac left?
It's a difficult one because when he left, we were on the way up, kind of thing. We're like not hovering around top 4. We had title winning form. I want to say that when we were playing that expansive football, we had one of the best defenses as well, mainly because of Virgil van Dijk. And obviously, this is Virgil van Dijk before he got that ACL. So this was monster Virgil van Dijk, the best defender in the world. But you can only go on what's happened in the past. And prime example, Borussia Dortmund. Now, Borussia Dortmund, when they were doing their thing, they were the most exciting football team. Everyone loved them. Everyone loved the club, the players, the manager, everything about Dortmund was incredible. But 2014-15, it started to fall apart. And it fell apart really badly. Everyone was getting injured. And all the best players that they had, granted, some of them that the management didn't want, they didn't work out. And people saying that long-term Buvac would have won more. We just don't know. We really do not know. Because Buvac may have won a lot with us, but would it have been as long as would it have been long-standing as what has happened right now, say 3 to 4 seasons? Who knows? Who knows? Because 3 seasons after that, it just fell off badly, like relegation bad. So people saying, oh, Buvac would have been better, everything would have been a lot more successful. I think it's wishful thinking. We just do not know. We would not know. And plus, you need to remember, we're facing Man City. And Bayern Munich, look, it's difficult to judge because Bayern Munich at the time they were in a weird state because in one breath they were incredible with Robbery, Schweinsteiger, Gomez, Lahm, Neuer. But on the other hand, they were just not consistent until like 2012-13 where they just got certain players and everything just ended up working. So I think it's very, very wishful thinking to say that they would have, everything would have been a lot rosy if Buvac would have been there. The answer is we just wouldn't know. We wouldn't know. It could have been worse. It could have been bad. The drop-off would have been worse, or it could have been a lot less painful. But we just don't know.
No, I mean it's true. K-Back, like, look.
So what I felt
no
about
doubt,
the Buvac thing,
we played more exciting football, didn't we, under Buvac? But we were successful under Pep now, and we completely changed the way we play. There was an obvious change in the way we play, and now we've changed the way we play again now, and that's all under Pep Lijnders. Now, like Ram says, like we don't know if all them players that Pep had, Buvac had, we would have been the same successful side, and he would have changed the way we played a little bit to suit them players. We just don't know. But what's your opinion on it all, K-Mac, my man?
So, I mean, if you want to compare really the Liverpool and the Dortmund went on to win for a couple of years. Liverpool just won once, and then kind of Man City then took back in charge again, and then we kind of focused on cups because we could get to cup finals and win. The thing about Buvac and Pepijn is Buvac challenged Klopp more. Like they had a real conversation around like what is going to happen, and a lot of that kind of came down to the fact that Buvac left because he couldn't get his word in front of Klopp, and you know that whole piece about Klopp having too much control, which kind of led us into the last 2 seasons, and then the season where we just fell off and Klopp had his worst season, is probably down to the fact that he wasn't challenged enough, and there was no one there with a big enough voice to challenge him. And maybe that's why Pepijn Lijnders ended up doing the book, because all of his ideas and everything that he thought of never came across with Klopp because Klopp had too much control and no one ever challenged him. And, and it was his word or that was it. And if you think about it, when Buvac left, it was like him and Klopp built the car, and then Lijnders was there, just put the wheels on, and then we just won the race, like, so to speak. Because what Lijnders does as well is, and I've looked at a couple of things that he's done, like he's constantly doing interviews and these little things that are on in papers and websites. He's just done one about training ground guru. Like, I've never heard of any assistant manager. I'm sorry. Like, everyone can talk about like all of the stuff he's done. The guy's a millionaire now off his book, by the way. His net worth's worth $3 million now because of his book. So you bought it, yeah, fair enough. But no one ever hears about assistant managers. No. You got it as a present. Everyone got it as a present. But no one ever hears about all the assistant managers. Like, do you know the Aston Villa assistant manager? Like, do you know the Arsenal assistant manager? Like, do you know all these assistants? I didn't even know Man United's assistant manager was a relative of Ten Hag. Like, you know what I mean? You don't know about these people. But this guy is just as well known as Klopp. And it's a problem.
Is that
it's a problem?
No, but can I ask? Is it because of the fan base's big ass mouths that we keep talking about him, or is it because of
him.
what he's doing?
No,
I don't know.
Big ass mouth.
I don't know about that because we tend to have very big mouths. We tend to have very big mouths about all this
I agree with you.
Well, Fama, is it like? And look, I can't disagree with K-Mac. You do hear a lot from Pep Lijnders. There is no doubt about that. He takes all the League Cup press conferences as well.
I don't mind that though. I don't mind that as a thing.
I don't actually mind.
What about the other assistant manager? What about the other assistant manager? Like, when does he ever speak up?
I think it's very obvious that Klopp is grooming Pep Lijnders. I think that's
very weird, isn't it?
Yeah. YouTube, please don't take that like different. Like,
he's only 40 as well, by the way.
Well, that's this video unmonetized now. But no, I do feel like that's what Klopp's doing. He's grooming him to be a manager. Maybe not for Liverpool Football Club, but he's taking him under his wing a little bit and giving him bits and pieces. But like what K-Mac says there, Fama, is it really? Can you put? Pep does talk a lot, but if his manager's letting him,
you can't blame him.
Is that Pep Lijnders' fault then?
Nope. I don't believe it's Pep's fault. It's everything happens on Klopp's watch. Everything that's happening now is under Klopp's watch. Yeah. So Klopp is the one who is approving for Pep to go on these press conferences. So it's I wanted to just go take a step back. Yeah, I want to go step back on Bovic.
Go, man.
His style, Bovic. His style was exciting, entertaining, but was not sustainable at all. I don't think it was going to be sustainable on the long run. And the reason why I say this is the style of football that he wanted calls for players between 24 and 28 peak players. So you got to feed in the team with peak players at their peak in that age bracket. And if you notice, most of the players that we bought, they were in that age bracket, right? You cannot keep buying players like us, Liverpool, and the system and the transfer policy, I would say, or the transfer system that we have. You can't feed in players of that age at their peak time for that exciting football. So it was not sustainable from that aspect, for me, in my personal opinion. Lijnders putting just wheels on a car, well, it takes two hands, I guess, and a brain to put these wheels. The wheels not going to put themselves. So someone have put these wheels if it goes down to that, right? Managers, I don't think you can ask any managers out there. Sometimes, yeah, they may like to hear opinions, but they don't like to be challenged. I don't want to go on personal life, but I would say like managing people or experience with managing people. Yeah, I like to hear people's opinion around me or my staff opinion, but a lot of times, no, I don't want to hear another opinion. I just want this done. I want to try this. I planned to take this calculated risk and I want to do it. And this is what I want. So a lot of times I need doers to do what I want. Right. So also on club's management style, he's grooming Pep, whether it for to be his successor or for a management job outside of Liverpool. I don't know. I can't judge that, but he is grooming him and he's allowing him to do it. That's my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, it does seem like that. But look, where we do people owe Pep Lijnders an apology or not? Big up to Sam in the chat, by the way. That's Fama at the bottom, my friend. Guys, put link to Fama's channel in the chat, guys, so Sam can go and find. Big up to Sam. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Hope you're doing real good.
Nah, don't big up to Sam, man. Screw you, bro. Screw you, bro.
Leave Sam alone. Big up to
Big
Sam.
up with Sam.
It's just Ram's got the hate for some reason. But no, right, look, let's get on to another subject there because we could talk about Pep Lijnders all day. I want to just put this subject in.
Oh, no, we can.
Yeah, I just want to talk about this little thing here. Virgil van Dijk, since he's got the captaincy, guys, go to you on this first, Ram. He looks like he's taking that captaincy.
He stepped up.
He's stepped up and he's ran with it, ain't he? He look. Like, I know a lot of us Liverpool fans were always talking about his Virgil captain material. I mean, we was always talking about it in the last few years, like, should he be captain? Should he take it over Jordan Henderson at the time and stuff like that? We was always chatting about it. And some of us are like, we don't know if he's actually a leader. You know, he's a leader of the defence, but is he a leader of a team? And what I've seen so far this season, Ram, he looks like an exceptional captain. And I don't know about you, Ram, but his game's improved. You know, I don't know if he'll ever get back to peak Virgil van Dijk, but peak Virgil van Dijk is one of the best centre-backs I've ever watched. So getting back to that level is extremely difficult. But if he's just below that level, Ram, he's still an exceptional defender, isn't he?
Virgil van Dijk has phenomenally stepped up this season. Virgil, I don't know whether this is Virgil as a normality, but when it comes to his actual performances on the pitch, he stepped up incredibly. I was one of those people that were very cautious about Virgil having the captain's armband. I thought Virgil wouldn't step up, but boy, he's proven me wrong. People that knew what I said last season, I wanted Robertson to take up the captaincy because of performances last season, and some of the performances that VVD was putting up last season was disgraceful. But this season, it's just something's changed about it. It's like as if he's tried, like, almost has a point to prove kind of thing, and it's like, oh crap, I've got a lot more responsibility on my hands. I've got to do my thing for the team. And I'm not going to say he's putting up performances like he was before pre-ACL injury Virgil, because that Virgil was stupid. He was by far and clear of every single other centre-back in the world. We're not talking about some bums here. We're talking about Ramos. We're talking about Thiago Silva. He was by far and clear of everybody, in my opinion.
Should have won the Ballon d'Or.
And yeah, I think it was like 2 votes away from being Ballon d'Or winner.
Off Messi, I know.
If Messi actually
probably Mo Salah, by the way. Probably Mo Salah that voted for Messi.
It will probably apparently Messi voted for Sadio Mane and Virgil van Dijk wasn't in his top 3, which says a lot. But yeah, it's incredible what Virgil's doing, and nothing but praise for me. I think the only game that he had that has really bad game was Newcastle because of that red card. But quite a lot of players in that team were poor in the first 20 minutes. So, yeah, only thing I can say is big up Virgil, man. Hopefully this continues, but that don't mean we don't sign a centre back, because we still need another centre back, in my opinion. But yeah, big up Virgil, man. Stepped up completely with the captain's armband.
Okay, Matt, your opinion on Virgil, man, captain? How's he doing as a leader? And I think he's been excellent this season. I really do. I think he's been excellent this season. As I say, getting back to peak Van Dijk, let's not worry about that because that's ridiculous levels. But even at his level now, still one of the top defenders around, isn't he?
We had this conversation a while back when we were wondering how Virgil would be able to deal with it, and it was a case of, well, look, he's getting older, so that injury is obviously going to pay. It's going to affect him. And we were looking at how he performed last season and the fact that he was like letting players run past him. He was not on points, not putting as much effort in. He was letting other people kind of take over. And we were thinking, is that going to affect him? The fact that he's even got a captaincy to kind of like, monitor the back line and make sure they're playing offside and making sure the high line works right. And it looks like he's got his game back. And it looks like, you've got a number of players that kind of like, they get older, they lose their pace, so they kind of reinvent themselves and find a way. And it looks like he's found a way now in dealing with the captaincy and the defensive. I mean, against Nottingham Forest last game, he was imperious. He was unbelievable. And we got beat physically last season by Forest because they had big lumps up top and they played well with it. And even that guy they've got in midfield who just went round killing our players in that game, I can't remember his name, but he was just a monster as well. They even brought Tyrone on, didn't they, to try and get back into the game. But Virgil's done well, and long may it continue. But we've also got there's other guys as well that have done well as well in the back this season, which is great.
We'll get to them. We'll get to them.
I won't go on too much about it, but Virgil's been fantastic this season.
Yeah, he has. Fama, your opinion on Virgil? How do you think he's done this season so far?
Okay, so Virgil, I always like to take a step back so I'll be able to take 2 steps forward. Step back to his injury. One thing I've learned in a few professional games that I played is injuries, physical injuries, they have an emotional side to them. So especially bad injuries, long-term injuries, man, you can, like, a player can have an ACL and they will feel that they are in a corner that they will never come out of that corner. So it may take 6 months, 9 months for an ACL to heal, but it may actually take another 6 to 9 months for the player to emotionally heal out of it. And what I say by that is the player will be fit after they heal. But when they are in the field, they be scared. They'll be thinking about it. I don't want to get another ACL. Another ACL, I'm done. My career is done. So you will start seeing them hesitant, or they will sit back, and you sit back, and they're not gonna go and rush it. Oh no, you know what? I don't want to go there. I'll just wait. And that's a lot of what I noticed about Van Dijk last season. Him coming back from his injury, he was sitting back a lot. His timing was a little bit off. And for defenders, it's all about timing. It's all about timing. He is stepping up. I think after the ban, I believe that ban he got this season helped him a lot to think about how to be a better leader and how to come out in the field and lead the players. You see him, he's always screaming and shouting with his hands. He's talking to the players, he's communicating. That's a good aspect of the leader, the communicator. They need to communicate. So anyone that does not communicate, in my opinion, I don't like to see them as the captains. They need to either communicate with their hands and their mouth or with their feet. Like Messi is a little bit quiet when it comes to communicating with his players, but they always look at him because he speaks with his feet.
Yeah.
So that's a different type of captain, right? But Van Dijk, he's the type of captain that he communicate with the players around him. Big up to him. I would love to see him, retire at Liverpool. But as I agree as well with Ram, we should be getting another center back, a left center back. We really need that. Someone who can play a center back and a left back.
I think we should get his Dutch partner.
There's a lot of talk about double Dutch transfers for Liverpool at the moment. Who's
Yeah,
the
you
two
know
you're
that
going on?
is.
Yeah, who's the two? Who's the two? Who's the two? Ram? Who's the two? Who's the two?
Oh, I don't know about any of that. I just in terms of centre backs wise, I want his Dutch partner next in.
I don't mind it, but I don't want too many of the same, like same nationality in the team.
Oh, did you hear what Pepijn Lijnders said? It's always good when Liverpool's more orange. Okay.
Yeah, look,
That reminds me of Barcelona back in the late 90s.
Dutch football is mad, I don't mind it.
We're linked with Denzel Dumfries today, by the way.
Yeah, that's what I mean by this double Dutch transfer.
Yeah, no, that's not one of them. That's not one of them that I want.
Oh, no.
Look, I like the guy at Dortmund. I've been saying it for a while. I think the guy at Dortmund's really good.
Schlotterbeck.
No. What's his name? The forward. Man of the match against Newcastle.
Marlin,
yeah.
yeah, he's good. Yeah, he's good.
Yeah, I think I watch him and I think he's a very much a Jurgen Klopp winger.
I'll probably stay away from him. A bit too inconsistent.
Agile.
So is the Adewini, the German guy as well. He's
Adeyemi
as well.
I don't mind him though. I don't mind him, but De Ligt for me is someone that I want.
I was going to say you're hinting to De Ligt, right?
Yeah, De Ligt and Van Dijk. Look, that's
yes.
Future, present, and future, ain't it? That's what that
yes.
is.
And also Konate and De Ligt might be a great partnership.
Is De Ligt as good as what everyone thinks he is, though?
But I think he needs a manager that would sort of give him that boost. Because one thing,
do you think he left Ajax too early?
No, I think he made the wrong move.
Tuchel, man, is a stupid.
I think
manager.
he made the wrong move to Italy.
He went to Juventus first, didn't he?
He went to
Juventus, yeah.
You know what? He should have gone to Bayern Munich then, because then Hansi Flick would have got the best out of him, in my opinion.
There's a lot of players that do the Holland to Germany, then move on. They don't really go to Italy and kind of make it that well. Like, if I'm honest,
or Holland to Spain. It's either Barcelona. Obviously, hindsight's a lucrative commodity at this moment. Hindsight says Barca would have been where it was, so it was good they didn't go there. But either Barca or Bayern or Real Madrid at the time would have been great moves for him. But Italy, no.
I do think we are looking in the Dutch, not in the Dutch league, but I think we are definitely looking at Dutch players because I think that's the way we sort of want to play. So it wouldn't surprise me we're after these looking at these kind of players. But there is one player, by look of it, guys, that we are definitely looking at in January, and that's one Andre. There is rumours, guys, and I don't know how much these rumours are true. You never know, but we'll talk about it here. That George Smack and Billy Hogan are going to be at the final for Fluminense. Is it sometime November, isn't it?
November the 7th.
Yeah, that's it. To watch the final. So obviously, because that's going online at the moment, there's some stories of he's already signed a pre-deal. It's happening. Ram, Andre Laporte, I've been saying it for a while. I think that's the number 6. He's not a destroyer number 6, but I've spoken to some people from South America, especially in Brazil, that actually say he is a deep line playing midfielder. He's just not he's not like a Kante or a Casado type of DM, but he's a deep line playing midfielder. Do you think that's the sort of 6 Klopp's looking for? Because I've been saying this, I said it's K-Mac as well. Me and K-Mac spoke about this last week. I think Klopp wants a ball playing number 6. And I think he's looking at, that's why McAllister plays in that role. That's why McAllister, no one else in our midfield plays in that role apart from McAllister. Because I think yeah, they're the two. And I think because he wants a ball winning number 6 who can break. Because if you actually look at McAllister's stats for a DM this season, they're not actually that bad. He's not actually done the role that badly. But do you see this Andre McAllister double pivot? Is that what Klopp's looking for?
No. Sorry, no double pivots. I'm sorry. I'm a massive fan of the double pivot. I think it'll be great for the kind of players that we got. But nah, I don't see a double pivot going on. I think Andre will come in as a 6, in my opinion. If I was going to compare him to someone from what I've seen, it would be a more durable and more mobile Thiago. Hopefully, he doesn't have the injuries of Thiago, and he doesn't have the technical and skill of Thiago. But
Thiago's a deep playing midfielder.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. But he's more mobile and he's more durable. But you have to take away that skill on the ball and the technical ability that Thiago has. But I think the main problem that we have with McAllister is the durability and sort of the mobility. Sometimes he just gets a little bit stuck on his heels and it's hard for him to track back. But also, when he's in, one problem that I had with him is that whenever he gets the ball and he has to turn, just a bit sluggish when he turns, and also when he tries to play it off, it's lackadaisical, very poor. Hopefully, Andre can come in and nullify all those aspects. If that's the case, then we've got ourselves a really good player. We got ourselves a player that could be a big problem for most teams. But I really don't want to see him as a 6. I think I think the mobility factor, I want to see him as an 8. I want to see him more advanced. I want to see more of a double pivot. I would happily have a double pivot, but I don't think Klopp is on that wavelength, in my opinion.
Because I don't think Klopp's looking for this sole 6 destroyer. I think, Ram, that Klopp's looking at a midfield that just defends as well as attacks. And we defend as a unit. That's why he's got Szoboszlai as box to box. You know, it's not what he really was at Leipzig, but he's box to box who can defend and attack. You're looking at McAllister, can attack, can defend. You look at when Curtis Jones plays. Curtis Jones, he's very good at protecting the ball. Who else is very good at protecting the ball? Gravenberch is very good at protecting the ball. So if you look at the way we're playing and the way we're set up in midfield, I'll take this to K-Mac. Does it look like that Klopp just wants a midfield that defends as a unit better, that protects the back line? Because don't forget, our fullbacks don't overlap no more either. So we can completely change the way we play.
He wants, as Melissa already said it, multifunctional midfielders. I think she just made that up, but I think that's what he wants. He wants midfielders to do everything, just like he wants his attackers to do everything. He kind of wants everybody to do everything in their area. But I'm going to say another name, by the way, and you can all shoot me down. You can also all say what you want.
No, I'm not going to shoot you down here, and here's the reason. I'm never going to shoot
this name I'm going to say is one you've heard a million times.
Because
and he's going to go and try and sign him again.
On Kopish said weeks before we bought him, Liverpool by Szoboszlai, right? And no one was even thinking about it at the time. And then we went and bought him. So K-Mac's got saying, I don't know where he's got his intel. He's got bugs somewhere.
We are going to try and sign Aurelio Tchouameni again. We are going to try and sign him.
Well, he just picked up an injury, but he's. I don't think the player himself is going to come. We probably going to try.
He's not going to play again this year, but we're going to try and get him.
Well, he just picked up an injury. I don't know how bad it is.
It's quite bad.
Yeah, I don't know how bad it is, but I've read a little bit about it. I don't think Tchouameni going to come to us. I don't think he will agree.
He is the missing piece to Klopp 2.0.
But he's also a fundamental piece for Real Madrid.
Yeah.
That is Real Madrid. Literally, the plan was Camavinga or Valverde, Bellingham, Tchouameni. That was their future.
Yeah.
Absolutely. If they can now go on till the rest of the end of the year and maybe a couple of months in, and they can continue the way they're playing without Tchouameni, I can see us throwing 85 million at Tchouameni and getting him.
There's a player that I want though.
And he would be the missing piece. Seriously.
There's a player that I want.
How much that would work in our team, Tchouameni.
But K-Man, there's a player in my opinion that I want. Is a bit more realistic.
Don't say him. Don't say him.
No. People might look at me sideways. I'm moved by Sergio Redondo. who plays for
Yeah,
River
but
Plate.
I'm with
Yeah,
you.
he's
I am with you on Redondo. I think he's going to be
got
that
Real
next.
Madrid, isn't he?
I think he's that
Sad man.
next big young footballer.
Defensive midfielder.
The man has Real Madrid written on his forehead.
Yeah,
So
I know because of his dad.
Yeah,
He's probably going to go
yeah.
Real Madrid, but he is a serious player. He's serious.
He's good.
And
I want to go
see,
back on. Yeah, sorry.
Go on,
I
Fabian.
just want to see us try and get him, man. Honestly.
Yeah.
I want to say a few things about Andre. Andre is a really good player, and I think he will fit in Liverpool, but he's going to need time. And there is a reason behind that. Fluminense are playing relational football. I would advise everybody go search that, watch some tactics.
It's crazy
videos.
football.
Yeah,
I watched a couple of games. Like, yeah, it is mental.
So he's gonna come from that type of system. So keep that on the back of your mind.
You reckon that why buying him in January is a good reason to get him now? Then and then
yes. So exactly, if we bring him in, and I'm not gonna say lower the expectation, but give him the time, let him simmer, and integrate him in the system, he will do really good. He's a really good player, smart, very smart, and he can bring actually really good stuff from the relational football, which is awareness of your teammates where they are, right? And how you're going to position yourself depending on where they are in the field. So there is a lot of pros and cons of that style of football. So that's for Andre. Double pivot. If we're going to play double pivot, in my opinion, we need to play three in the back. That's a huge...
Because Klopp won't play a 10. So
yes. So we're going to play three in the back. Three in the back, that's a huge change in the system. Are the players ready for that? Are they training on that? You're going to need a lot of training for that because their positioning, the way their movement is going to be really different. So I don't know. I can't form a... I would love to see us doing double pivot and play three in the back. Xabi Alonso is doing phenomenal stuff with that. Xhaka, average player in my opinion. He is doing really good with Bayer Leverkusen in a double pivot. And because of the system,
I'm
not
a
his
bit
Xhaka.
against that. He walks into a brilliant team, like he really does. Like,
well,
it's
nobody...
chalk and cheese between like De Zerbi and Klopp. Like Klopp came into like a team that was like 8th place. Like Xabi Alonso's come into a team that's like always 3rd or 4th. Like, and he's got a youth system.
Took over. They were 17.
They were 17. He joined, they were not
17.
They're fighting relegation at that point.
They were in relegation. They were 17.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, Patrick Schick, their top scorer, was injured for quite a sustained period. Obviously, Wirtz came back from an injury. He was missing a lot of play, and he lost a few. Diaby to Aston Villa. Nah, he had an injury. He had an injury that season as well.
I know, but Diaby was sold to
Aston Villa.
We have to do everything to sign him as well. He can't go to another club after Villa.
I think Xabi Alonso will be Real Madrid manager next season.
Yeah.
Have you heard the clauses in his contract?
Yes. Yeah, it's Madrid, Bayern, and Liverpool, ain't it? Something like that.
Liverpool and Real Madrid.
Don't say Bayern. Don't say Real Madrid just yet. I think Bayern Munich's going to.
Yeah, it might be Bayern because Ancelotti ain't set on that Brazil job yet, is he? So it's an interesting one, definitely.
Jude Bellingham keeps on scoring, then he
right. I want to mention something. About Jude Bellingham because I said in my video the other day, and there were some comments, and I said the 130 million for Gravenberch, Szoboszlai, and McAllister for me is ridiculously great business. You know, when you're looking at Casado went to Chelsea for just under 115 million, and we got these 3 great players in that rebuilt our midfield and changed the way we are right now. And then I'm talking about Szoboszlai because I think Szoboszlai is a scary player, man. I think he can be special. I think we all agree with this. That Szoboszlai has got the world at his feet. He can be whatever he wants to be. Right now, he's a box-to-box midfielder who looks like he's been doing the job at Liverpool for about 4 years, and he looks so good at it, comfortable at it. He's so good in tight spaces. You know, he dribbles around in tight spaces so easily. We've been watching Jordan Henderson. run like a headless chicken to the byline and then cross the ball to the first man. And now we're watching a player like Szoboszlai gets the ball, can turn in tight space, can keep the ball, can pass, can shoot, can cross, can do it all. And, and I got asked a question, would I swap Bellingham for Szoboszlai? And I said no, because everyone keeps bringing up Bellingham's GA, and it's amazing. His goal scoring is ridiculous. Yeah. But would he do the graft Szoboszlai does for 90 minutes in a Liverpool team?
Can I answer that?
We don't know what Bellingham's doing for 90 minutes at Real Madrid. That's the thing here. That's the thing. Go on, Ram.
I just want. So the thing that I heard a lot from a lot of people, especially Liverpool fans, with the Bellingham stuff is he's the next coming of Steven Gerrard. And I watch Bellingham not week in, week out, but most of the time. And I told those people, I guarantee you don't watch it because he's nothing like Stevie. What Stevie was so great at was the ability to create from deeper positions. Yes. Multiple positions, talking about from the center circle, the wide areas, the edge of the box, everywhere. Bellingham reminded me a lot of what Frank Lampard was all about.
Spot on.
The movement. But the one thing that separates him and Lampard, he has mobility and skill. Lampard's skill was incredible. Technical ability off the charts with him compared to Bellingham.
I'm going to say another player, which is going to make you laugh.
But
he reminds me of Dele Alli.
Oh, I want to say Dele Alli, though.
Yeah. Bellingham reminds me of Dele Alli right now. That's what he's doing. He's scoring goals by making that last ditch into the box. Load of tap-ins, the odd worldie. Like Dominic Szoboszlai, the best thing I heard about Dominic Szoboszlai by any commentator was, is there two Dominic Szoboszlais on the pitch during games? Because this guy is in two places at once. Like, he is absolutely insane. Nottingham Forest, there was like 94 minutes on the clock, and he'd done a 60-yard run with the ball like, in the 94th minute. Like, nobody's got that energy. Like, this guy is absolutely sensational. And he is Steven Gerrard for us. He drags us into games, through games. Like, I've seen him playing in DM positions because the DM wasn't playing that well. So he's just got in there. Or he's gone onto the left wing.
Szoboszlai,
phenomenal.
Yeah, sorry if you don't mind. Szoboszlai for me is a Swiss knife. And I think someone in the chat was mentioning the multi-positional midfield. He's a Swiss knife. That's, for me, that's how I described him.
Yeah, I agree.
He's a Swiss knife. He can play in both sides of the midfield, left and right, center midfield. He can play the right wing. He can play even left wing. He did that with Leipzig, and he did it really good, and he scored even a lot of goals there. Comparing Szoboszlai to Jude Bellingham, to be honest, it's like comparing apples to oranges. It's really, really tough. There are different type of players. I'm not going to speak down of Jude Bellingham. Jude Bellingham is doing really good for Real Madrid.
Oh,
he
did best player in the world right now, probably.
Yeah, he did really good for Borussia Dortmund as well. So I can't say, oh, like he's just doing tap-ins and whatnot. No, his movements, his anticipation, his positioning, the freedom that he got from Ancelotti is what's getting him in these positions, got him all of these goals, right? Would I swap them? No, but I would take them both. I would be greedy and say no. I would love to have them both in Liverpool, but now Jude Bellingham is in Real Madrid.
I think
Jude and Szoboszlai as a partnership would destroy midfields. Pace, power, energy, technical ability, and intelligence.
A proper DM then.
Well, you got to play a different system. I'll play 3 in the back. No, I'll play a box midfield, like a 4 in the midfield, and 1 up ahead. But you got to give up one of your wings to like a wing back, like 2 wing backs, just like what Bayer Leverkusen is playing. So you got to change your system to have 2 attacking midfielders up that way. But don't forget, McAllister have good stats. To your point, McAllister has really good stats in doing the DM. He's hard. It's hard on the eye to watch him, but he does have good stats. The other person I would recommend go back and look at his stats, his interceptions, ball recoveries, and whatnot. Is Soboslai.
Mm-hmm.
Soboslai have really good defensive stats as well,
Yep.
and they're actually overlooked. The guy is just freaking majestic. I love the guy. He's like simple passes from Soboslai. They look like freaking majestic. And it was just a pass back to, Trent or to Van Dijk. But he makes it look really good.
No, I agree, man. I agree. Szoboszlai, he's going to be special for us. Big up Fozzie in the chat. Hope you're doing well, guys. Don't forget to go and subscribe to Fozzie's channel as well. Support all the local Liverpool community, guys. Szoboszlai, superstar, man. He just turned 23. He's going to be... I know a lot of people are worried about Klopp burning him out. I actually think Klopp's used him quite well so far this season, to be fair. I think Klopp in-game has got a lot better this season. Now, it might be because he's got better players now that he can do this. He can change things, but I actually think his in-game... Klopp, this is my one thing about Klopp last season. His in-game tactics were dire. Was it because he didn't have the players, the team? I'm not sure. But this year, he seems to have changed it around a bit. He makes substitutes a lot earlier now. He doesn't wait so long for subs, which always used to nag me. And he's making, most of the time, he's making the correct sub, in my opinion. I think Klopp's he's doing well in that regard, and I think he's doing Szoboszlai's going to be fine. Man, he can't get burnt out at 22, just turning 23, man. It's just, it's not.
I wouldn't be worried about burnout. He has that Red Bull gene in him. Yeah. When I talk about Red Bull gene, intensity is something that's drilled into him from day dot when he was a footballer. So Klopp system, Klopp intensity, I think he'll be fine with it, honestly. Yeah. The only way I see him getting an injury is through a bad challenge or something like that. Nothing more, in my opinion.
No, I agree. I
think last season as well, what you were saying was it's the trust. Like, he trusts his players. He trusts his substitutes to come on now. He knows that if he brings players into games and that they're gonna change the game, or they're gonna keep the game at the right level. Or last season he didn't trust anyone really. And he even said it in his press conferences, like, I know exactly who I can trust, and there's players that can't actually do what I want them to do anymore. Now he's got players that can, and the thing on Dom as well, like, he just doesn't do anything wrong. Like, everything he does is just brilliant. Like, it's really hard to find someone that is so good at absolutely everything.
Unless you're following that Tottenham account on Twitter. Jesus Christ. Has everyone seen that Tottenham account on Twitter? That Tottenham fan on Twitter. I can't remember what his name is. People in the chat might have seen it. My God, he's basically he's slagging Szoboszlai off. He doesn't actually think he's that good and he's overrated. And then there was another thing he's talking about, that this Tottenham team reminds me of the Liverpool team that won the title. And I was like, shut up.
Like, literally,
Jamie, you got to tell me who this guy is, man.
I can't remember his name. If anyone in chat remembers, because he's a Tottenham fan, but I can't remember his handle. I'll try and find it. in a minute. He talks
Tottenham are one injury away, by the way, from Eric Dyer in defence. Let's just be real about that, okay?
Yeah. Also, I've got to big up Gravenberch as well. He's been absolutely phenomenal. 32.5 million, was it, from Bayern Munich? Look, I know Bayern didn't. Look,
a really good signing now, honestly.
People got worried in the summer, like, why are we buying a player from Bayern Munich that can't get in the Bayern Munich team? People have to understand Bayern Munich don't play with that kind of player in their midfield. They're an efficient. They're German. They're efficient. They, everything has to have the right pieces in the puzzle, and they won't go out of that. So, yeah, Gravenberch, superstar.
I'm going to say this. I was worried about him. Not because of the ability, because of where we were going to play him. When I saw him come, I was like, oh, no, please do not tell me he's playing as a DM. Because then it's just going to be lights out.
That was the worry for me as well.
And then when we were like, oh, we're going to play him as a
DM.
centre midfield. Okay, let's see what he's all about. And he was like, okay. Good thing you didn't play him as a DM. But I think that was everyone's main worry because he played as a DM for Ajax, had a couple of really decent games against us as a DM. People thought, oh, he's going to be our DM now. And he's like, oh, no. We don't want to see that.
I
But
agree.
use that mobility, man. That's my main worry about Thuram if we're going to get him. We're just not going to use that mobility and use them long legs and the power and the dribbling ability that he has. Now we're seeing what he's all about, and it's just quality.
He's our
Oozes
ball
class.
carrier. He's our ball carrier.
Mm.
You know,
It's quite frightening. He's only 21. Like,
Yeah,
feels like he's been around for like 10 years. Like,
he looks a lot
honestly.
older. He's physically big for his age. He's strong, you know, and look, he's not quick, but what he is, he's got such a big stride that he just glides past players, protects the ball really well. And because he protects the ball, we can get further up the pitch, which Klopp wants. He wants that counter press. So if you can get further up the pitch, you can then enable that counter press because you've got a player who holds onto the ball so well in protection. That's what Genie used to do. Genie gets slagged off a lot, but Genie protected the ball so much we could get higher up the pitch. And, you know, Gravenberch can also run with it. He can run at play.
Do you know who you sounded like when you're describing Jamie? It's like a light version of Patrick Vieira when he first came to the Premier League.
It is. I was going to say that, but I don't want to hate, you know?
No. Because Vieira is everything. Like defensively, he's just like everyone compared to him was slower than him, weaker than him, didn't have the IQ of him. I don't think Gravenberch has the IQ of Vieira or has the defensive capability of Vieira.
Yeah,
but it's like I said, it's a light version of Vieira, not the standard version, just a light version of Vieira. But still, that's even incredible.
He's Coke Zero to Vieira's Coke. You know what I mean? It's not a problem. It's still a good drink. You know what I mean? It's still a good drink. You know what I'm saying?
We're watching Jude. You know, we're watching Jude, like, you know, make those late runs and you know, have those chances. I would keep an eye on Gravenberch, you know, because he gets big chances in games, and I think he'll score a few goals, you know.
And he already got 48. And you already got 48.
I think he will score a few goals because he gets a lot of chances because he makes those late runs into the box. Which also, is pretty much what Jude does. Like,
can I just say,
Jude is playing as a false nine.
Yeah, I mean, Jude wouldn't have this GA playing for Liverpool. Let's just put that out there because it wouldn't be his role. Plus, have you seen the time and space he has on the ball in Spain? It's mad. And the
him and Szoboszlai would have. Him
and Szoboszlai is, you know, it's Vaseline territory. Let's just put that. You know,
He's also got Modric passing it to him.
Yeah, and look, in that game against Barcelona, I know Bellingham got all the credit because he got the 2 goals, but for me, Modric was the best player on the pitch. You know, but it don't get spoke about so much. But look, there's one thing.
Real Madrid's best player was their left-hand post. They hit it 3 times.
There's one thing I want to say about this midfield. Last season, guys, we were watching Milner. Milner, Fabinho, Henderson. You know, half-injured Thiago, sometimes Naby Keita who weren't injured, trying to play high-press football.
Harvey Elliott
who weren't ready. And they were they're trying to play this Pep Lijnders system. It didn't work. And now, guys, I'm watching. I don't know about you. I'm watching a midfield that Szoboszlai, Gravenberch, and McAllister, and to his credit, Curtis Jones when he plays, knocking it about to each other, playing give and goes, playing these nice intricate passes on the edge of the box. I'm sitting there like, so this is what it's like, Cram. This is what it's like when we have a midfield, man. This is what it's like. And this is no insult to them guys, by the way, previously, because they won us everything. And it was superb under Jurgen Klopp. But last year, it got rotten. You know, the tape. It's like when you put an old table outside for a couple of days and the weather just destroys it. That's what happened to Edison and Fabinho. You know, their legs got rotten and they couldn't do anything anymore.
I think the best analogy is like you squeezed as much juice out of that orange, and now just nothing's left. It's just wrinkly.
I think you did with Mane. You did with Mane as well. Squeeze Mane players.
We sold. Look, people might not like it. We sold Mane at the right time.
Mm-hmm.
We sold Mane at the right time because he didn't really light up at Bayern. Then got angry and started beating people up, and now he's playing in Saudi. You know.
I still think if Mane still stayed, Nunez wouldn't have this much hate.
No, because it'd be like Mane would play a bit, and it'd be that pressure off him a little bit more. But Darwin hates man.
The thing about that is, I mean, everyone gave Nunez so much hate. Like, look at some of the players that have come to the Premier League and still not scored. Like, you know,
I don't talk about Anthony.
We were talking about Højlund as well. Like, he's played like what 9 games now and not.
I will say for Højlund,
80-odd million. Like,
I will say for Højlund, like I said for Darwin,
did okay.
I think Højlund is actually a very good footballer. But the problem with Højlund, he's gone to a club where he's got no creativity around him whatsoever.
I actually feel bad for him.
He's got inside forwards instead of inside wingers.
Yeah,
as in like if anyone wants to do the difference, like Rashford is a goal scorer.
He's got no creativity around him whatsoever, and he's got
He
stuff.
needs someone to create for him. Yeah,
Højlund would be killing it if he was at Arsenal.
Yeah, I think Højlund.
He would be incredible.
I actually think I will say this right now. I think Højlund is a very good footballer, and he's just at the wrong football club. Simple as that.
It was a very bad move. He followed his heart, I guess, and his passion for Man United.
I think he's a fan.
He's a fan.
He's a fan.
He's a big fan.
Ollie might have persuaded him, you know.
The Scandinavians, Liverpool, man.
Probably, it was a very bad move for him. I really feel bad for him because he was doing not bad in the Serie A, and I thought that if he played for a different club, like maybe even Chelsea, he would have done good.
Yeah, I mean, watch out for Chelsea, by the way, if they do get Ivan Toney, because Nkunku works beautifully with that kind of striker. You know, go back look what he did with, is it Poulsen? No one would say Poulsen's a great player, but he was a beautiful key to the way Nkunku played. If they go and get someone like Ivan Toney, Chelsea will be dangerous next season. They really
don't forget Toney can score goals as well.
Yeah, and he's a great footballer. Very underrated footballer. Very underrated footballer. And
Raheem Sterling's had more touches in any opposition penalty area than any other player.
And Raheem Sterling
this season. So he's in there all the time.
Yeah, Sterling's a good player. Sterling also plays better with that number 9 up top.
And I would say though, Jamie, Palmer will also be very good for Nkunku as well, because Nkunku played with someone like Forsberg, very good on the ball, technical on the ball, likes to shoot from distance, and likes to dribble with the ball. That's called Palmer.
That's why I'm sitting back on the Chelsea laugh at the moment, because I do know they're going to come eventually, and there's no doubt about that. And also Pochettino did really crap with Spurs in his first year, and then he got them going the following year. So something to watch. Yeah. Right, let's talk about something that people might not agree with. Look, I did my Diaz video a few weeks back, like last week back, and you know, I wouldn't call it hate.
Was that with me?
When we had our Diaz video. So we came up
I feel really bad saying all that stuff now.
Yeah, so do I. I don't take it back because it's my personal opinion on a footballer, not what's happening in his personal life. But, you know, I've been thinking about this regularly. I always used to think Jota was better through the middle. And Ram, I'm starting to think he ain't. I think he's better at left wing for Liverpool. And I watched him previously in his last few games. He plays left wing, Darwin through the middle, Mo on the right. And what I like about Jota in that position is that by the looks of it, Klopp gives him a bit of license in the left wingish area. He's telling him, look, you can come deep and collect the ball. You can drift into the middle. Sometimes he looks like he's playing behind Darwin at times. You know, in that 10 area, he's given a bit more license. And because of that, the last few games, I've seen Jota dribble with the ball again, going round players like he used to. And I think it benefits him more playing on the left-hand side for Liverpool and Klopp letting him have that license and freedom to do what he's good at, receive the ball deeply, start counter-attacks off, can still get in the box and be a predator as well, because he just has that natural instinct. Now, a lot of people like Luis Diaz. I love Luis Diaz. We all love Luis Diaz, yeah? But if I want all my gunmen on the pitch to win a game of football, I want Jota, Darwin and Mo Salah around. That's what I'm saying. So for me, and this has got nothing to do with Diaz's personal life, and we're not going to go into his personal life because that's personal, and it's not really the thing for us to talk about. We're just talking about as a footballer right now. He's going to be out for a while with this issue hanging over him. What do you say, Ram? Jota better at left wing with freedom?
Do you know what? I'm intrigued to see Gakpo on the left wing. I want to see that. Because one thing that Gakpo, you can't take away from Gakpo is creativity. He's very creative as a forward. I want to see
that cross,
because obviously
that cross Gakpo does as well. That whipped cross, you've seen it for Holland,
and obviously you've seen it for PSV as well.
PSV, and then meant Holland.
Yeah, you've seen it with PSV. He's very, very, very good. And do you know who could benefit from that? Darwin Nunez. Obviously, his height, his power, and his heading ability to an extent, it's something that I want to see. And I think I would argue, if you talk about creativity on the ball and creating chances, Gakpo is probably our best left winger, in my opinion. I know it's a wild shout because he hasn't played left wing for us ever since that Wolves game. But you can't deny that the technical ability that he's got. And obviously, the Dutch way of playing, total football. He's able to play on all facets of the forward positions. Striker, left wing, right wing. So I think I see Jota more of a striker, but I like to see Jota take the ball and go with it, Because one thing, I think it was against Arsenal, he took the ball from the halfway spot and just ran and put it into the back of the net. I don't think he gets that license when he's as a striker. I don't know whether that's a tactical thing or not, but as a left winger, he's getting that ability and we're seeing that he can produce some dangerous bits of play. But yeah, I think each person has their own strengths in there, but I really do believe that Gakpo is our best left winger when it comes to our system, in my opinion.
Look, Gakpo. Look, people go have a lot of different opinions on Gakpo, because he came into Liverpool and played that false nine role, and from January to the end of the season, he was extremely good. He hasn't started this season too well at the moment, but it's not like he's playing awful. Klopp's going away at the moment with the box midfield, and he's looking for a bit more pace in his attacking areas. And Jota K-Mac is at his best, arguably our best finisher, arguably our best predator in front of goal. But I think he plays better from the left with freedom than what he does through the middle. And at this moment in time, he's in such good form that when Diaz is ready to come back, as Klopp got an argument, and you got Gakpo in that as well, like Ram just said. So Klopp's got a bit of headache on that left-hand side, wouldn't you think?
Oh, wait, just before you go, K-Mac, yeah. I just saw your private chat, Jamie.
Yeah.
Is this guy the guy that says that we have no unity in our team?
That's it. Yeah.
Screw it, bro.
Yeah,
Honestly,
he's got some mad takes, man.
I'm tired of people saying shit like that.
No, you're in our team when you
the one thing I'd say, go look at our game against Nottingham Forest and talk about unity.
Yeah, no kidding.
And Canate's interview after, they didn't celebrate the win. They felt they couldn't do it. Like as he said, with our brother. He called him a brother.
And he goes we don't celebrate a lot after wins.
So you've got the guy that's replaced Diaz in the match that probably wouldn't have played that match, scoring a goal and running over and getting the Diaz shirt and giving the unity to everyone. That was just pure class. That's actually, pure class.
I ain't gonna lie, I was doing the watching on, man.
He put a
little tear in goosebumps.
Yeah.
Put a little tear in my eye. I ain't gonna lie.
Gave me goosebumps.
By the way,
eh?
He talked about Henderson, Firmino, and Fabinho leaving, all of them. People don't realize that I don't think it was Firmino, but Henderson had problems with certain players within the team.
Mm-hmm.
People don't want to talk about that. And not much is said about Fabinho as well. And the certain thing about certain players is that they can just come in and just hit the ground running with the teammates. Szoboszlai has done that. McAllister's done that. Gravenberch has already got his Dutch mates around with him. So, and I have no qualms with Andre because obviously Ali's there. So he's got his Brazilian teammate over there.
Pepin's really helping with Gravenberch, which we should all be quite appreciative with as well, because Gravenberch took a long time to settle at Bayern and didn't really settle, to be fair. So Pepin's going to help us with him.
Yeah, he just
look at K-Mac calling Pep by his real name.
I know, eh?
You know why I'm saying that? I'm only saying that because so many people keep on talking about him and butcher his name.
That's why I don't say it.
I'm talking about commentators. All right, so a little bit about Jota though, because obviously, you know, I hope everything goes okay with Diaz and his family and all that stuff. When Wolves signed Jota from Porto, he scored 17 goals in 44 games from the left wing. Okay, so he's a pretty good winger. Let's just be clear about that one. And he had 119 shots in his first season, and 51 of them were on target. And he was aged 20. Okay, he's now in his prime. He's 26. But when we signed him when he was 23 from Wolves, 19 games, 9 goals, 44 shots, 26 on target. He is really, really good on the wing. And we played him on the wing for a couple of years. You know, the following season, 35 games, 15 goals. That's his full season with us. But since we've had him, 85 games, 34 goals, because he scored in the last game. But what's so good about Jota is he gets all his shots on target. 187 shots on at goal for Liverpool, 77 on target. I mean, those numbers are startling for a player.
Good little player, man.
They just are. Like he's so good at having shots that are on target, instead of spooning them wide or whatever. And a lot of his shots as well that he's had on target, the rebounds fell to one of our players. So he got a goal. Or it created an opportunity for a player to score. You know, that's kind of what you want with any kind of player. And playing him on that left wing, he's a really good presser, and he's also really good at getting on the end of the play. And Klopp trusts him, and that's kind of what you want in a player. You know, I do like Diaz, but I don't think Diaz is a first teamer for me. I think he's a squad player. He's never really had a season where he scored. I mean, he scored 14 goals in 18 games in his breakout season for Porto. I mean, he only broke into the Porto team when he was 22. You know, he's 26 now. He's 39 games, 10 goals. Gakpo's been pretty solid his whole career. Like, he's always getting between 8 and 10 goals. And we've had him 28 games, 9 goals, 2 assists, 50 shots on target. 50 shots on goal, 16 on target. I don't think Gakpo's had enough chances to play. For me, you could try him on the left wing, but for me, I think Jota's your starter.
Yeah, I agree. I think Jota for me, Jota definitely at this moment.
Sorry, I got stats.
No, you're all right. Get your stats out, man. I love Diaz. We all love Diaz. We're meant to have a squad, guys. That's what the whole thing's about. I mean, we've been moaning as Liverpool fans for years that we don't have a squad. Now we're sitting here debating who should play left wing because Jota's killing it. Diaz is great. Gakpo's another one. You know, it's a squad, guys, and we got good players here, Fama, ain't we? That we're debating about. So, Jota or Diaz for you, Fama? Who would your left winger be in a way, and what? Because if you look at the way Klopp plays, I've always said it. Our forwards really, in this way we play at the moment, he does look at our forwards contributing goals or assists. That's what they're there for. So it's hard. Jota's such a killer. I don't think we give him enough credit, to be fair.
For me, it's going to depend on which day you're asking me that question. So
it is exactly, yeah.
So today it's Jota, right? Within maybe a few weeks, hopefully that situation with Diaz get resolved and his family is safe and sound. When he recover from it, I'm sure his emotions going to be different. Now, again, I'm going to take a step back. Both of them are coming back from injuries.
Oh yeah, you got to give Diaz. Yeah, I'll give you that.
So, as I mentioned this before about Van Dijk, Diaz have not recovered emotionally from that injury. And for me, my football eyes, I see it in his hesitance and his slow decision taking. Sometimes you see him like he's too rushed, and sometimes you see like, why go with the ball, man? Come on, like you got the space. Why are you not running into the space? So you feel that sometimes he's scared. So that means he's emotionally not recovered from the injury. So that's what's going on. I believe so from
I
Diaz.
agree. I agree.
Diaz was really good last season before his injury. We cannot forget that.
No, the injury is definitely setting back, and you think of the way Diaz is as a player as well, the twisting, the turns, the way he tried. If your knee, if you don't believe your knee can handle that, you won't go playing the way you want to play, are you?
Exactly.
It's the pace.
Exactly.
It's the speed. That's not there no more.
Yeah, but it's coming back. It's coming back a little by little. You know, like in Colombia, like when he plays for the national team, he's a little bit different player because it's a different comfort zone for him there. These players, he knows them. Yeah, the people, the players around him, he knows them. They speak the same language. It's a little different environment, right? So that's for Diaz. For Jota now, for me, I would say, yeah, I would start Jota. Jota have recovered from his injury, physically and emotionally. We saw him getting angry at himself when he scored that goal. You know, he was not happy about his performance, right? So that's awesome. That for me, that's really good to see that passion from the player that he actually cares. He's not just here to make some millions and that's it, and just do whatever he can do. But no, you can see that the passion is there from Jota. So I really like to see that from the player. So today, yes, I would start Jota, but when Diaz is back and it's sticking for him, and he get full recovery from that injury, maybe it's going to be Diaz. It's a good headache to have.
It is a good headache to have, as you say, and it's, you know, we want that as Liverpool fans. We want a squad. We want these players that Klopp has headache over to play. Someone has to someone has to eat the bench sometimes, and you know it's not a bad thing because it makes the player who's playing in front of him play better to keep his spot. And then when the other person's got a chance to come in, they know they got to pick up their game. So there's nothing wrong with it, in my opinion. Some questions now, super chats, and then we'll get to ending the show. Big Out Gang and Deep says Nunez is an instinct finisher, but not clinical enough. Time and space to pick his spot. That's what separates him good to elite world-class strikers. If he improves that, I will change my mind giving him this season. Big Out Gang and Deep super chat. Much love, my friend. What do you reckon, guys? Ram, Nunez, what do you reckon of what Gang and Deep said there?
The guy just joined, you know, like a different league that like barely spoke any English. That's actually that can take away a lot of the performance. He's working on it. We are seeing glimpses of the heights that he's gonna reach, of what Nunez is gonna reach, and he's just getting better and better and better. He's building that chemistry with Salah. It's phenomenal. That's a phenomenal relationship. And I'm hoping that it stays. And he's just going to grow, and we're going to see more goals and assists from him, even from Nunez.
I got a feeling, Ram, next season that Darwin is going to be an absolute monster.
I think he's going to be this season.
Yeah.
And next season, he's going to be alien.
I think what also you got to say is one thing that I've been very impressed with, obviously his goals and everything. His contribution in the game is great. His actual technical ability on the ball has gotten better every time I've seen him play. Yeah. And I think a lot of rival fans have started to realize this as well. He's no longer having those heavy touches that bounce off his feet and goes to the opposition player. He's now keeping the ball to feet, using his strength, using his body, knows how to use his body and lays it off to the likes of your Diaz, your Jotas, your Salahs. I think I play with Salah this season. I think all of his assists has come from a Salah goal. So overall game is getting better by the minute. And if he just had a little bit, just a little bit of Torres' clinical ability, my God, he's going to be a problem for everyone. And the miss against Toulouse summed him up at this minute. The link up, the technical ability, and the awareness to do what he did, put 2 defenders on the ground, goes around the goalkeeper, and smacks the post, is Darwin in a nutshell.
You know why Darwin did that, though, don't you? Yeah.
I've heard the rumours. Apparently he saw the reflection.
Yeah, he saw the reflection of Gravenberch in the post, didn't he? And set him up.
Yeah. Just trying to ease Gravenberch back into the Liverpool way of things.
It's the assist of the season. What I will say, because he scored the harder goal with his weak foot, right? And then what winds me up came at, like, it don't wind me up. It just makes me smile in a way. Is that he did everything perfectly before the shot.
It winds you up.
Yeah, but he did everything perfectly before the shot. He put 2 players on their arse, and the way he went round with the second defender, when he kept it on the same foot and brought it back on the same foot again really quickly, and then went round the goalkeeper. He's technically that's very good. And then he's just got to compose himself to roll it into the back of the net. Because you see Gravenberch's finish, he went round the keeper and finished it.
Yeah,
so
you do what Gravenberch did.
Yeah, it's just I love Darwin.
Gravenberch was at full pelt pace as well, running into the box.
I love Darwin. I think if you play him every week, he will score 20 goals this season. No doubt about that for me. I had worries last season if Darwin can make it in Liverpool because the way we play didn't look like it suited him. But to Darwin's credit, he's worked on the game that Klopp wants him to work on. And I think he's a better player this season than he was last season, K-Mac.
Look, we really do need to just draw a line in the Bobby Firmino striker. Like, we just need to draw the line in it. We're not going to get another Bobby Firmino. Like, he's a unicorn. Like, everybody keeps on talking about like Nunez and Gapco as like, they're not going to be him, and they're not going to get played like him now. And that's why Nunez is a better player, because we are kind of amending our tactics to suit our players now. And if we do that with Nunez, we've got an absolute monster. Like we have. Like, we've got a guy that is capable of anything at any time from anywhere.
Yeah.
And he will score the most ridiculous chances that you don't think any player should score. And he will miss an open goal.
That's just
Darwin Nunez.
That's the way it is.
You're just going to have to take that, because that's what's going to happen. But we've got enough players that will score those other chances, like your Salahs, like your Gravenberch coming in, like your Jota. Like, your Jota is always going to score a solid finish. Like, the one-on-ones. He's going to put it past the keeper.
If Jota plays,
a tight angle, yeah.
If Jota plays every week, he's 15 goals a season.
Exactly.
If Salah plays every week, which he does, he's probably 20 goals. If Diaz plays every week,
Nunez is going to create a lot of chances as well, by the way, for people, because he's just pure chaos.
Exactly, and it's just
that chance that Jota scored, that was a Nunez smash. Like Salah probably would have tried a different shot to score, but Nunez just had a whack.
Yeah, I think
it was like me in the box. Just boot it.
Just boot it. I think that they're all. I'm really happy at the moment as a Liverpool fan. I think we all are, and we see bright future. No doubt about it, guys. We're about to finish the show, but I just want to do a few things to finish off. There's one funny thing I'll talk about in 1 second, and there's this that's gone online today. So this is apparently the new LeBron James kit. What's everyone think, Ram? Look at Ram's not having it. Ram's not having it.
Look, man, like,
so apparently the new LeBron James.
You can do better than that, man.
Was that the one he wore? Was that the one he wore recently?
It is just, it's tacky, ain't it? You know,
Too
like
much.
like the people that make
Yes.
sure they have Versace written all over their shirt.
What's happened to minimalism, man? Honestly, what's
Right.
happened to it?
So
If you got
anybody who
rid-
buys a stake in Liverpool can bring out a football shirt. Well, I'm going to buy like 10 quid's worth of shares.
Do you know?
and bring
Do you
out a
know
footy
what that
shirt.
reminds me of? You do remember that 2013-14 where that kit where it had the Space Invaders, the 2013-14 away kit, where it had like the oh god.
Was the sponsor Warrior or something?
Yeah, it was Warrior, white and black,
The
and there was like
stupid
the
American
Space
company.
Invaders in the
Ah.
middle. It was just disgusting. Honestly,
Ah,
that reminds
I
me of
hated
that.
that white kit.
Yeah.
I hated that white kit. That was like the third kit, wasn't it?
Nah, it was the away kit.
To be honest,
Remember the blue one?
I-
Do you remember the
I
white
don't wanna-
and blue one?
Yeah,
I'm
Uh,
gonna say something weird here,
Go for
and
it.
a lot of people gonna look sideways on me. Nike out.
No,
Oh, you want Adidas?
I do want Adidas. Nike out. Seriously.
I love Adidas, man.
I
think-
love the like even Adidas is doing really good for the teams that they have, you know. When did we have Adidas?
2006,
12,
2012.
12 was the last year.
Yeah.
That
Didn't
was
they
a really
drop
nice
us?
kit.
Didn't they drop us?
Nike out.
No, but didn't Adidas drop us?
Adidas dropped us because we didn't. We
weren't competing anymore.
we didn't stay in the
But
round.
they came back when we were in
Yeah.
the Champions League after
Yeah,
the
because-
New Balance deal ran out.
Because of the
Came
contract.
crawling back.
We
Yeah.
didn't abide by their contract, did we? So, what did everyone call it? Did they call it Adidas or Adidas?
Adidas.
Adidas.
Oh, Adidas, sorry.
Adidas. Yeah,
I always say a lot of things wrong because I'm a Scouser.
I say Adidas, but all Scousers say Adidas, don't they? So,
Like I
Yeah.
said, Johnny Vaughan for God knows how long.
Adidas is what's it called? He's a German guy, isn't it? Two
German,
German
yeah.
guys,
Yeah.
and there's a name put together. So that's the original.
yeah,
that's what we're saying.
yeah,
Well,
It's
I don't want
German,
to.
isn't it?
Hey,
It's German. Adidas is
Yeah.
German, isn't it? Yeah.
yeah, Adidas is German. I think the origins behind it is two German people that came up with the actual brand itself, merged their names together. I think, if
right.
I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
So-
I think you're right.
Like,
Yeah.
how many football kits do we need? Wouldn't that be like the fourth one or the fifth one? This
Look,
season?
you know how much that is? It's 110 quid as well.
Yeah, so the guy that created Adidas, his name is Adi Dassler, and he just put his name together. So yeah,
Adidas, yeah. And like, how does everyone say Nike? Does everyone say Nike or Nike?
Nike.
Nike.
It's Nike.
There you go, the North American. I knew that.
But Nike is named after the Greek goddess, isn't it? So he got to say it as it is.
Actually, that's a good point. Like, we have to be thankful for Adidas because didn't Steven Gerrard score loads of his 30-yarders because he had
There's Adidas,
Predators on?
No, Reebok. That's why he
Oh,
scored
didn't
the
he wear
bangers.
Predators?
Which one?
I
one?
thought you bought Predators.
Reebok's English, ain't it? Reebok's an English sports brand, ain't it?
No, it's American.
American.
No, I think it started off in England though.
Didn't
They
Craig
have big
Johnson
operations.
design
in
Predators. Didn't
I
Craig
like Reebok,
Johnson
though.
design the Predator boot?
Yeah, Craig Johnson.
Yeah, they did.
He did, didn't he?
Yeah.
There you go.
But that was
Bit
that.
of
Oh, yeah, well, the Predators
bit of
were
knowledge
mainly
there.
David Beckham. They were David Beckham's boots. But yeah, just
Be
say.
up psychedelic in the chat. Hope you're doing well. Big up Lee in the chat as well. Hope you're doing well, my friend, fellow Scouser. Hope you're doing good, my friend. Yeah, Nike. Nike. I said Nike there. Fam has already been abandoned.
Does it come from Greece?
Yeah. Like what Ramda said.
I didn't know that.
So a bit of thing, a
Sorry.
funny thing to. Do you want to have a laugh to finish on? So you know, Mike Keegan is a Man United journalist. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you seen what he's put out today? So this is an exclusive, right? What they've heard, why Man United are not playing well. So Man United players are apparently struggling with the kit. They have a lot of kit issues. They're struggling with the kit. I'm not joking here. This is
know,
real.
I know.
This is
It's
real.
stinky. That's why I'm holding my nose.
The home socks, apparently the home socks are too tight and haven't been used since game 2. And get this one. Onana's kit jersey is too small, so he's been wearing a replica. This is the richest club in the world, by the way. And it says Adidas are working on it. It is hilarious, man. It is hilarious.
Man,
That
they're
does
funny, man.
explain some of those shots of the players' shirts, and they don't look like real shirts.
Yeah.
That's mad.
Yes.
Oh my God,
I'll put
that's
it on the
funny.
screen.
Is that
That
the
is
reason why they
really
cut
funny.
holes in their socks?
Maybe.
They can't let nothing
See,
slip.
a lot of players are doing that because
That's
like
a
if
new
it
thing,
gets
innit?
tight, yeah. But my God,
Is that
Man
like the
United-
Robbie Fowler plaster across your nose?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we
He
know
doesn't
why.
actually do anything.
We know why he had that there. Yeah, there you go. Mike Keegan he's a Man United journalist.
Spokesperson, any.
I mean, to be fair,
Yeah.
Onana probably needs to lose a bit of timber there, doesn't he?
Yeah,
Looks a bit-
a bit. Bruno's got my shape. It's nice to see. Yeah, Man United struggling with kit issues. Home socks too tight. How can your home socks be too tight? Onana's jersey is so small. He's wearing a replica. This is Adidas are working on it. Apparently, what do you mean they're working on it? They designed the kits. They got them out. Ian says it here, though. Look, he's wearing 2 shirts.
Don't blame the horse, blame the rider, I guess.
Oh
man,
oh
idiots.
my God.
Idiots.
Oh my God, they're blaming the kit.
I've got something about Man United as well that you might
Go
find
on,
interesting.
before we leave,
I
go for it.
posted it in the chat. What is it? 2 secs. Yeah, okay. So Marcus Rashford, 2021-22 to 2023-24, 69 games, 22 goals, 8 assists. Diego Jota, 2021-22 to 2023-24, 65 games, 24 goals, 8 assists.
Yeah, Jota's-
There you
Jota-
go.
Jota's
I swear Jota's been
No one
injured.
talks
though.
about him.
And that's Jota picked up at least 2 injuries in that period
Yep.
that you mentioned.
Yeah.
Exactly.
A minimum of 2 injuries.
Yeah,
Because I
Jota's-
remember
Long
Man
one.
City got a really
Torn
bad injury. Was
hamstring.
out for
Yeah.
months.
Jota's was a torn hamstring. That was a horror one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Had at least couple bad injuries. Trashford.
Rashford, you know,
Or
trash.
trash like Ford.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's-
people used to say he's world class, and I'm like, he's a definition of a purple patch player.
He is.
honestly.
I think
He's
it would
an
have been
okay
good for Klopp,
player.
though, by the way. I think Klopp
Huh?
could have.
Oh, he could have made him. I think
something
Klopp could have
with him,
made him
like-
like
Klopp-
a serious player.
Klopp's a generational manager. He would have made something. But I said this yesterday as well. I think Man United played better under Solskjaer than they have under Ten Hag.
Uh-oh.
But is it? Can you actually disagree on
I
that?
agree. No, I agree. They had identity at least.
Yeah.
You knew what's their formation or
They
how
play
they're going to play.
They play counter-attacking football.
Yeah. You knew what's their formation or what they're about. With this guy, they're lost. They need
Right.
GPSs and maps, man.
He's tried to do like a flipping, what's it called? A Dutch version, then a German, then a little bit of Spanish, then just like he's just gone all over the place.
And he's
Oh,
buying
I
his
think-
like Anthony. Like I've never seen a player get away with it more than this guy. 82 million. Doesn't contribute to the team, and he should have got sent off against Man City with that kick.
Oh, I hate it when players do shit like that.
He should have got
When
sent
they
off, man.
when they just try and swipe another player. I was like, Doku, put your hand on his face, bro. Like tell him, like, give him the finger, bro. Like honestly.
He should have been sent off. Should have been sent off. It's awful. But they're in the gutter.
Like I
right?
said, and Jamie, I'll say this. Yeah, I hope he does that to Robbo. I hope
Yeah,
he does
Robbo
that.
would.
Robbo will probably like.
Yeah, the thing with our club, though, all the players will come over and do him.
No,
He'll do a 50-yard run just to smash him up.
Virgil would definitely body him if he did that.
He'll just pick him up again like he did last time.
That was hilarious. You used him as a rag doll.
Yeah.
He just literally picked him up and put him over there. It's hilarious.
That was hilarious.
Right, guys, we're going to get out of here. Thank you very much for everyone joining me. This is the Liverpool Debate Show. I'm going to try and do this once a week, guys. So if the guys on the panel are interested in doing that once a week, we'll keep bringing this stuff to you guys. We'll bring up new things, talk about Liverpool Football Club stuff that's going on in the week, games, match reviews, whatever it is. We'll have debates once a week about it. So if everyone on the panel's up for that, we'll try and squeeze that in once a week. And guys, tomorrow I've got my watch along for the game, and then Thursday I got the call-in show. The call-in show is back on Thursday night at 8 p.m. It's been a while, and the reason it's been a while, like some people have had problems on call-in shows, is that you get some idiots that come on the show and just show their sexual organs off on the screen and try and get you channel removed and stuff like that. So, yeah. So hopefully that doesn't.
Sorry, mate.
Thursday. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
There is always stupid, crazy people out there, right?
Mate, just get a life.
Yeah.
Honestly,
So Thursday, guys, we're on Tuesday today, ain't we? So Wednesday we got the match watch along for the Bournemouth League Cup game. Then Thursday we have the call-in show at 8 p.m. So make sure you're all here. Ian says, "What time to Ian's been trolling all night in the chat. But
oh, Ian, man, we do.
Ian's been trolling all night in the chat, but I've let Ian get away with it because he's actually been quite polite at the same time in the chat. So he's been absolutely fine. But
we love a good troll now and again.
We love it. Big up to Ian. So guys, make sure you leave a like on the show if you've not hit that like button yet. Subscribe if you're new. And guys, make sure you join me tomorrow night and go and make sure you subscribe to all these lovely people here. The links have been in the live chat all day. So if you're watching this on repeat, the links will be in the live chat. So make sure you go and subscribe to these lovely people. Show them your love as well. Follow them on their socials as well, guys. So, guys, we're going to see you later. You're good, Ian. You're good, man. You're good. Guys, enjoy the rest of your evening, whatever you're doing. And Fama's about to go on trick or treat, I think. So, guys, we will see you later. Bye-bye.
Take care.